Alright, we're back. Taking another look at the Boltyn Armory deck. Don't believe we made too many changes. Um, 1 second. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Alright, so some of the biggest changes here, we've swapped out the bannerets that came with the deck. We're on the 4 power, 1 cost ones. On charge, make a quicken and a courage. Those kind of just help us with the more consistent go agains in the deck, things like that. The other ones definitely played more into like that defensive game plan, but we want to be able to kind of consistently put the pressure on. I'm on Boltyn Blade over Celestial Cataclysm. I don't think it's as good, but we're kind of just trying to keep that total cost under right around that $100 mark. And we do still want to bring in the Soul Bond Resolve. Just have that third option for sort of charging defensively still. We just get a little bit better damage prevention there as well. We did bring in Beacon of Victories as well. Again, that just helps with the consistency of the deck. Lets us kind of tutor up our Luminas. Increases the odds of us getting a double or who knows, maybe even a triple Lumina turn off. Alright, we are playing against Tyler on Teklo. Don't think we want to let him go first. Still no sideboard yet. I gotta put one of those together. But let's get into it. Oh, cool. Let's see what anti-Boltyn hate he can bring. Ooh, not a bad open here. Not a bad open at all. We'll open with the Valiant Thrust. I think we'll just pitch the Beaming Bravado. Charge the Express Lightning. We're going to lose it this turn, but I do want to come in with Raiden and see if we can just put the pressure on before he can start equipping his Evos. Oh, we did that wrong. Valiant Thrust doesn't have a charge. It's fine. Still trying to remember how to play Boltyn, but we can get the Bolting Blade in Arsenal. Kind of set that up for next turn. Yeah, he's just going to equip some Evos. We really got to put the pressure on early game here into Teklo. We'll see if we can get the double charge off, though. We're just going to play the Beaming Bravado. Charge one of the Express Lightnings. We might just charge the other Express Lightning here. But he's not going to block. And we're just going to get a hold the line. Kind of unlucky for us there with the second Evo. It's okay, we can charge the take flight. Get go again there. We might just lose the Courageous Steel Hand to come in with the Bolting Blade. He might just have the sink or something to cover this up pretty cleanly. Yeah, the Fate Foreseen. Could push with the Courageous Steel Hand, but that's fine. Swinging with Raiden here. Lose one of the cards in Soul, but we're not that pressured to really hold on to those yet. See if we can get some of his equipment blocks out now. Alright, and he's just gonna pass. Let's play out our Prayer of Bologna. We'll pitch the other Bolting Blade there. Let our Bolt of Courage come in for 2. Make a Quicken token. Which means we don't have to charge the Bolt of Courage. We still get the hit effect for charging this turn. And he's able to cover it up pretty cleanly with the sink. It's fine though, we got the 1 to pay and 2 Iron Song, so pay for that. Swing Raiden here for 3. have the CNC, so we're not going to be able to get the saving grace there. Which is fine. We're not going to be able to get in a Raiden swing either. We'll probably pitch the saving grace here, though, for the take flight. Oh, shit. Block with the helm here, charge one of the bannerets. Get a courage token. Pops our battlefield blitz. That'll be coming in for 5 then. Oh, and we did draw into our Lumina. We'll sink the other sink. We did get a take flight off of that. I think we're gonna pitch the take flight though. Boltyn here to give it go again. Get our versus trigger. We're just gonna play out the Lumina. Oh, but we haven't charged because it's, yeah. Might force him to block here. God, Tackle's just able to block so well. We're actually kind of fine here taking the 3, though. He plays out another sigil. And CNC. I'm just gonna take the 6 here, though. No arsenal to worry about. Gives him a pretty decent life lead, but charge that. Kind of tips our hand, but Beam and Bravado will charge the other Bolt of Courage. Oof. We are just gonna get the saving grace. Knock it down to 7. It's not the greatest, but we'll be fine. We're taking a lot here, but hopefully we can make this work. Oof. That's a bummer. Missed out on the Boltyn trigger there. we're not going to charge there. Alright. Beaming Bravado will charge our Saving Grace. Get the +1 from it being a yellow. Give that go again. He's gonna Fate for Scene, which is fine. See if we can play our cards right and remember how Lumina works this turn. That is the last one in deck. Which is fine. Oh, there's the third sigil. We did keep him off of a turn pretty well there, though. We'll pump up with the Courageous there. We're actually going to grab the Snatch here. It's definitely sitting on the Singularity. Yep. That's so brutal. What are my thoughts on the deck so far? It's not bad. We've made a couple of changes to it. Um, threw in the what do we got here? Not the Luminas. Threw in the Beacon of Victories just to help us grab the Luminas better. But we were playing just the regular deck last night, and as a whole, I'm pretty impressed with it. It's got a fairly consistent game plan as far as like what it wants to do. What? What are you doing here, buddy? Sure. But no, I've been enjoying it so far. Oh, yep, overpower. It's not bad. What else have we done? We're on the bolting blades right now. I know I said I kind of wanted to keep it cheap, but they just don't do the same as what you can get from Celestial Cataclysm. Trying to keep it somewhat true to the Armory deck. Otherwise, I'd probably just pull Raiden out in favor of the Sabers. But oh well. I also haven't been too impressed with Prayer of Bologna. Thematically, it fits the deck well. It's just not enough for it to do. We'll try it like that. Yeah, it really makes me hope that they can keep up the consistency for the Azalea deck. Been a big Azalea guy since like Monarch, so I've been very excited to see what's coming in this. I know a lot of people are saying that the equipment seems more like Riptide equipment than anything, but I think some of it has a spot in Azalea too. See if we can get Ty in here for another game. Otherwise, we'll just head to some open play. Finish off my caffeine while we're waiting. Yeah, the KO deck wasn't bad either, though. The 6 power consistency was there. Just in my opinion, the consistency of go again sources was not there, and I don't think it needed to be necessarily. But I, at least when I was playing the KO Armory deck, found it a little frustrating that sometimes there just wasn't ways to consistently get more than one attack. Speaking of KO, oh boy, I think we still want to go first into KO. Just on the off chance we get a pop off turn 1. Not much of a pop off, but can charge a couple of times here. Actually, the double charge here is pretty nice. There's one of them swinging with Raiden. Oh, I guess we gotta wait for him to go make a cup of coffee. Oh, good. Yeah, one of the only other real like changes I'd make, uh, big changes at least, would be dropping something else. Maybe one of like the Bolt of Courage yellows, just to slot in Spirit of Irina. It can be kind of rough sometimes playing Lumina out as just an action, um, just with it breaking the chain, but budget wise, I just want to keep it somewhat low. Let's see what KO's got here. He's got the Wild Ride for 8 with Go again. What do we have? Fine with charging the Saving Grace here, actually, for something. We did draw into another yellow, which is wonderful. And he's got the runner. It's fine though, we can do some decent blocking here. Arsenal or beacon. We did just draw into our Lumina too. And he's got the CNC. It's okay, we can charge for the Quicken at least. We've been able to get go again, I would say, pretty consistently with the Boltyn deck. They've got it set up pretty well on a pretty nice balance of attack reactions versus everything else. I was talking a little bit about it the other night, but Boltyn unfortunately gets worse in a meta where decks just don't want to block, and there's just a lot of decks out there that don't want to block. Mostly your aggro matchups. The big one is obviously going to be Zen, and it's a little bit harder there to get the go again out. But into a matchup like this, KO still doesn't want to block a ton, but they're usually blocking once per turn. Swing Raiden for 0 there just for fun. Could give the last block on our Soulbound just to charge the Banneret. The two upgrades to the Bannerets definitely help with that too, getting the Courage and the Quicken tokens instead of whatever the other two are doing. They really help with the consistency there as well. 7 with go again. Oh, we're in the Scabskins roll. Lightning Strike for 5, draw a card. Very nice. Yeah, the claw coming in at the end there to close things out. We're going to take a bit here, but I think we're going to be able to get off a pretty decent Lumina turn here. We've got no way of charging, though. That was a bit of an oversight. Well, they should block there, but kind of just want to do our thing. There we go. All right, each of these will be coming in for 5 now here. Putting us on a little bit more even footing now. That's a pretty brutal Scabskins roll. Agile windup's pretty brutal here. We really just need them to have kind of an off turn here. Sink the snatch. Oh, sure. Seven's a lot here. Fortunately, we're just going to have to sink the beacon here, most likely. For another beacon. We're gonna have to charge our last Lumina, but it's a nice time to draw into Celestial there. Oh, that is gonna need a 2-card block though. Alright, well, that one felt a little bit better. Anytime you're able to get off those double Luminas, I don't know, you can kind of just combo for, I mean, if not all of their life. I mean, we pushed, I want to say it was like 20-ish damage there that turn. So, kind of put them on the back foot sometimes. Sometimes it's just not enough. We are also going to have to try to figure out a sideboard eventually here. I think what we're going to do, let's move that to inventory. Let's throw in the sabers. Ideally, what we do is drop Raiden entirely and sideboard something like Jubil right here. Give us some of the Spellbane Aegises. Give that a try. Toss that in inventory. I really do want to stick with kind of the theme of charging. You can inventory some of these Banner of Protections as well. Help us out in those arcane matchups. And I'd say, as far as like null rune equipment, kind of what I'm thinking here is probably the boots and the chest. I think the value you get out of the helmet and the arms is just too good. I mean, you could even run something like an arcane lantern and go single saber into the arcane matchups as well. Also a possibility. Cool. Yeah, let's queue it up, see what we can get. Oh no, this is just the straight up. Oh. This will be fun. Oh, nice. Just opening right up with the Spinal Crush. We're fine with that, though. Giving it the gauntlets already. It's unfortunate, but our Valiant Thrust is only going to come in for 5 here. No, 7. Oh, sure. Frostbite here is brutal. Make a courage. I might just sink away the soul shield. No, we'll just play it out. Move that into soul. Do we want to pitch the Lumina and hope we can come in for Sabers twice? That'd kind of ruin our soul right there. This is kind of telling us just arsenaling there, but another Spinal Crush. I think we're just going to sink away the saving grace here. We can take a little bit. Suppose there's always the chance he's got the pummel. So we got the courage, so we can give this go again. Do we want to is the question. Shows us the blizzard. On hit, make a frostbite, huh? That's nice of him, because it's a quick in there. So we don't have to use our own boots if we don't want to. Yeah, we'll pay one. It's almost never worth it to discard there. It's just a frost thing. Another spinal crush. Man, he saw all three of those very early. It's fine. I think we're still going to take 4 from it, but we don't necessarily need to charge to get the quicken, though. I think we'll still charge, get something into soul. Got our Lumina and our beacon. He's sitting pretty alright right now. Doesn't actually have a whole lot left for equipment blocks. We are going to take 2 there, which is unfortunate, but what do you do? It's nice we did get the express again, though. Back-to-back endless winters. God, any of those is going to cost 3. And a Channel Lake Frigid. Follows it up with a Winter's Whale. I think we might just pay the 1 for the saving grace here. Still charge. Knock it down. I've actually been pretty impressed with saving grace so far. Crown of Seeds here is interesting. Ooh, Channel Lake's not gonna stick around. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something eventually. But I don't think that's yet. If we can hit one of our 0-cost charges here, that'd be huge. That's both of the last 2 Channel Lakes that he's pitched away here. Look at the Fate. Nice clean block. Still be able to Saber. Does slow us down a little bit. double fates here to cover it up. Go ahead and grab the Celestial. Had all three fates. Scenes here is pretty brutal. As the sink nicely blocks out the snatch. Pay the one. We're going to be running the sabers. We're going to want the courage and the gallantry. Interesting. Not sure why the Quicken's not popping here. I believe that's his last CNC. Ooh. Well, we'll charge the bolt. See if we get a block. Is gonna pump it. Boltyn here. It's not gonna be huge, unfortunately. Really need that courage blade hole to make this turn worth it. I think we kind of just lose into an old hymn, though. Ooh. Levia. I'll go first. Give us a chance to set up some soul. We get the Lumina right off the rip, huh? Oh, that's pretty nice, actually. Deadwood. That's fine here. We'll block with Helm. Single Air Celestial. Let's see if we can tutor that up later. Block up the CNC, I suppose. Sorry. Oh my gosh, what was that? 4 attacks? Just block out there as well. Really just waiting to see something like a beacon of victory. We get 2 of them in the same turn there. just gonna claw. Alright. Well, we get a chance here to swing in for a little bit. Try to do another beacon. Alright, well, unless they can do 17 here. We do still have Scowling. run through all that. Alright.